Talk with your hosts, Coach Zach and Coach Becca.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another segment of TNT Cheer Talk. My name is Dr. Zach. I'm here with
Coach Becca.
and we're here to let you know what's been going on. So, the way we want to start this off is I've recently been put in charge of parent outreach. So, I've been talking to a lot more parents, and obviously I'm working with the kids, both at practice, and I work with them in my sessions as well. And there are certain things I'm seeing are, common misunderstandings, so we want to take this opportunity to really clear that up. So, first thing is, how are teams made, right? I see a lot of kids with goals of, I want to get a certain skill so I can make this team. Or I've been here for a long time, so I should make a certain team. The way teams are made are simply based off what is the grading requirement or the scoring requirement that the competition gives us. We want to give our kids the best chance at success, and that means they have to have the skills that get the scores and meet those requirements. It's as simple as that. So we work with your kids to build those skills so they can get those scores, and if by tryouts they have the appropriate skills, they make that team. Beyond that, why are some teams going up against a ton of other teams, and why are other teams sometimes not going against anybody? Maybe it's unfair that one team gets first even though they didn't compete against anybody. And I could see how you would think that, but that doesn't matter to us at all. Placement is not necessarily important. It's certainly considered, but every team has a score, a goal score that we know they should be able to meet. And their success or things they need to work on are based on the score they receive, not their placement. Because even on placement, this year especially, we are going up against some teams from all over the country that we've never seen before. So some of these divisions are massive.
Huge.
Huge, and it's not even necessarily a fair comparison. We're all in different situations. Cheerleading is unlike basketball or football where you're playing directly against somebody and it's your will that will help you win. Cheer is a personal sport where you look at your best and you try to match it every time, and that's how we coach your kids. So, on the note of making teams and being prepared for the division we're going to be in, there are, in cheerleading, there's this idea of I have a skill, meaning I can throw something and land on my feet. That's different from actually having a skill, from actually being able to hit a skill. Now, cheerleading will give you a score or give you points for landing a skill even if it doesn't look that great. You still lose points if it doesn't look that great, but you'll get credit for it. I feel like us as coaches, and the reason I'm bringing this up is you as parents should be promoting within our kids that hitting a skill or having the real skill should be the goal. We don't want to take shortcuts and get cheap points that stress us out of competition because your kid's not sure if they can hit it and now they're stressed out. We want to take that long-term approach that teaches your kids how to really achieve things from start to finish. And here's where you can help. So I work with a lot of your kids, and I'm finding that when they are not immediately successful, it's really hard for them to take. And, I had to ask them about this. Why is that? They see success as just the skill or just the goal being reached. And, likely you're talking to them about hard work, which is very important, which, you're talking to them about setting goals, which is very important. And they're looking at you, people who are already established in their lives, but they don't know what it looked like when you got there, which was probably a lot of falling down, a lot of setbacks, and a lot of embarrassing moments. And I think they need to hear that from you. I think that would give them a lot of perspective that success actually looks and feels like failure the entire time. And once you're okay with that, you can move forward. You can move into any practice feeling great with one small step towards your goal. And that's what we want our kids to be. So, have fun with your kids. Tell them all the embarrassing stories about what it took to get you where you are now.
I know I have some.
Oh,
I have some on video, too.
Perfect. Perfect.
So we have some things that have been going on in here. Our teams have been working really hard perfecting their routines. We know that they've had some mistakes that have cost us some significant deductions that unfortunately haven't happened really at practice. So we're working on making their performances better, making sure that those things don't happen or happen less. And cleaning them up. Ignite's been working really hard on their timing. There's a lot of them, and they have some really awesome skills in that routine. The judges really like it, but have really been asking about our timing and our spacing and things like that that may not be as glamorous, but as we said, are very important to our performance. So we've been working really hard on that. Bombshells have been upgrading their pyramid and some stunts, switching those things up. They do really well with change, and they like being challenged, and they like switching things up like that too. So that's really exciting to see how hard they've been working on that new pyramid, getting some upgrades and perfecting the rest of their routine. Same thing with Explosion.
Yep.
You know, everybody's really just, this part of the season is really just perfecting what you've been doing, adding in tiny changes here and there, so that we can end on our highest note possible and have our best performances. They're really excited. They're really excited to go out with a bang this year, this virtual season. Totally different.
Yep.
Can't wait to get back to live comps.
Yep.
But it's been fun. And yeah, they're just upgrading some of their stunts, making sure they're perfecting the choreography that they should be, so that their execution is high.
Yep.
Because that's really also what matters. Skills have to be performed the way that they're choreographed to get the correct amount of points. So we're excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Skills certainly need to be executed.
Our little tinies, they're awesome. They're some of my favorites. They are, you know, having their first debut with their routine that they've been working on as they transition into 18 as well. So they'll be joining us for competition season in 2022. So we're super excited to add them to our roster of teams. Okay, we also have a new website that we would like to direct you guys to for all things TNT Cheer. We're super excited. It's new that we've been working on. So it is TNTallstarcheer.com. That will be our new home for everything TNT Cheer, so go check that out.
In an effort for you guys to get to know all of our coaches a lot better, you know, they're our coach family, you are our parent family, we're all a TNT family. We have a special guest. He is the man of many names. Some people call him AJ, some people call him Lex, but it is Coach AJ/Lex. He's going to come join us. We're going to talk to him, ask him some questions. You're going to get to know him a little bit better. But first, check out these clips.
Joining with us today, we have Coach Lex, or as some people call him, Coach AJ, but you prefer Coach Lex, correct? Yep. Okay, so he is our head tumbling coach for TNT All-Stars, as well as the director of tumbling, correct? Mm-hmm. Here at TNT. So we want to bring him on. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, so you can get to know him. And so, first question. Tell me a little bit about how you got started in cheerleading. Everybody has a different story, so I want to hear yours.
Well, I gotta say the most fun part. Actually, the first place I actually cheered was this gym when Spirit Explosion merged here. But the first story was a little bit different. So me and my friend were a little bit bored. If I went to Holy Cross, to be a Holy Cross football player, you literally have to do sport year round. You're not allowed to do anything else that, or you have to be in the weight room with the coaches. So we were getting out of the weight room. We saw the cheerleaders going. Just felt like being arrogant little kids. We went right up to the coach like, "Why can't boys be cheerleaders?" And of course, like every cheerleading coach, "You can!" And so we were like, "Okay." It was like just thing we were doing, and then we got into stunt scene. And then we realized that this is a workout. we had we had a talk with our coach, and we could literally be stunting. We do stunting and the cheerleading instead of having to lift in the gym, and that's literally the only reason I did it. So I could get a workout that was more fun than lifting weights, and it was actually very, very challenging. Then I came here, and then I saw a guy throw a girl and catch her with one hand, and I was like, how do you do that? And he said, if I teach you how to do that in a day, will you stay and join my team? And I was like, yeah. And I've been in this gym, not in this gym, but in cheerleading ever since. And it wasn't like, it was like team, like toss awesomes, which is when you take a girl, you throw her up and you catch them with one hand. It was like, we were like a powerhouse. We'd go to competitions around here, and like, you would hear an audible over, and that's what drew me into the sport. It was all fun and games, and so I realized that what I was doing was amazing to other people, and I've been a show-off ever since.
There you go.
About a year and a half after that, I had some problems with my grades, so I didn't get my football scholarship. But I was determined to get a scholarship, and I was determined to go to college. So actually, about a year and a half after I started, I tried out for Kilgore College, and I got a full cheer scholarship. I stayed there for 2 years, went to nationals 2 times with them.
UCA or NCA?
NCA nationals.
In Daytona?
In Daytona Beach. It was like something I've never seen before. It was like a world. It was like so funny because like there was never a stigma for me because I was a Holy Cross football player. So when I said I was a cheerleader, other guys were like, I want to be a cheerleader too. But just going to the nationals, we went to some nationals around here, but the college nationals, when there was like a wave of people cheering for you, and like you can feel the roar of the audience. I played football in like Holy Cross when they were like an amazing team. We were just pushing kids to colleges. We had our bleachers packed. I never heard a sound from them. But just the roar that happens when you do a stunt that no one's ever seen before, that dance, like it's just invigorating. Usually the jack of all trades in the gym, so if you have a kid who wants to learn how to snowboard and flip on it, I've done that. Skateboarding, bicycling, I've taught, at this gym right now, we're actually starting a Ninja Warrior class, which we do teach a lot of agility, front flips and back flips and stuff like that, but it's a lot more about core strength and what you need to do Ninja Warrior gymnastics or any type of intense thing. We actually have a couple of wrestlers who do it because it's the best workout they can get. And I would literally put wrestling, cheerleading, and gymnastics up with the most aggressive sports I've ever done.
I see those kids doing flips off the walls. It looks like a ton of fun.
I've heard about it. It sounds like so much fun.
Oh, it's really cool. We split it up because for a coach there's never enough time for everything you do. So for the Ninja Warrior classes, we have like different days where twice a month when they come in, we have a whole like obstacle course set up, and they're working on times, going from rings, jumping from mat to mat. We're about to get a warp wall soon that I can't wait for. And then the other days, the days where we really start thinking about their tumbling and their agility, where they'll be flipping from higher stuff to lower objects. They're learning how to do backflips, trampoline work, maybe work on their core strength on the rope and stuff like that. But all of that's a great program. It's like I've not had a kid who did a tryout and did not immediately come.
Yeah, it sounds so fun.
I can see why. I can absolutely see why.
Me too. That's awesome.
Subscribe, like, comment, bye!